Episode 4 of Fear the Walking Dead. I hate to say it, it was kind of a bust. Not one walker kill. So let me just run down the highlights, that way you can go back to more important things on the internet, like learning Chipotle life hacks. The episode opens with an underwater shot in a pool. Very Breaking Bad. Nick's in the pool soaking up the rays. Very Dustin Hoffman. Travis is doing his best to stay fit, Griselda's foot is rotting, and Chris is the rooftop poet, aka the episode narrator.
Another one burned last night. Better than TV. People outside the fence, they took the last of them 4 days ago. People just like us.
He sees something in the distance and tries to tell his dad Travis about it, but Travis doesn't care. Martial law has been implemented and the gang is being guarded inside this gated-off safety zone.
So you guys are the lucky ones. Be nice, so I don't have to shoot you.
Maddie's trying to keep it together by doing normal things like repainting the living room because this happened. Alicia's been hanging out in neighbor-turned-walker Sarah's house. You remember her from last week? And that tribal heart Sharpie on her arm still hasn't washed off. Liza's playing doctor. She's making house calls and setting people up with morphine drips. Enter Nick. He's claiming to be doing better, and that's why he's not taking his oxy. But in actuality, he's poaching from people's morphine drips. Travis is seeing reflections outside the safe zone and casually mentions it to the army guards, but they're more concerned with practicing their drive.
My son, he saw a light in the DZ up on the hillside.
Well, there's nothing alive out there. He didn't see anything.
Oh, that's money.
Enter Dr. Bethany Exner, played by Sandrine Holt, who you might remember from House of Cards. She quickly calls out Liza.
Well, you did very well, considering you're not actually a nurse.
And then makes a very interesting request.
Perhaps you'd be willing to pretend a little longer.
Meanwhile, Maddie's going a little stir-crazy and wants to see what's going on outside the fence, so she cuts a hole in it. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that'll come back to bite her. Pun points. Outside the fence, things are looking bleak. She almost gets caught by the armed guard, but quickly ducks under a car and avoids what could have been an exciting scene. Back on the ranch, Dr. Exner checks up on Griselda and then Nick, who's clearly not afraid of older women.
Your heart rate's elevated.
You're a very attractive woman.
That night, the armed guard comes to take Griselda into a treatment facility. But instead of letting her husband, Daniel Salazar, on the transport, they call Nick. Pro tip, when soldiers with guns want to take you away, don't take advice from your younger sister.
Run.
So Nick and Griselda get trucked off and Liza goes along for the ride to help out. Then everyone's pissed and Travis ends up on the roof. Now either the paparazzi just came across a Kardashian or the armed guard took care of those pesky reflections from earlier. So that's the episode. No walkers. Bummer, right? But here are some other notable moments. That almost sex scene on the back of a Hummer with Ophelia and the armed guard, followed by an after sex featuring Maddie and Travis in the back of a car that's parked in the garage.
How come I feel like I'm being called into your office?
Maddie finds out Nick's using and beats the shit out of him, about time. And Alicia gives herself a jailhouse tattoo. So what'd you guys think of this episode? Did it need more Walking Dead? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Click here to watch our recap of last week's episode, and click here to subscribe to Ad Hollywood, because as long as you keep watching these videos, we'll keep making them.